Okay, this is for the students who missed the external worm or annelid dissection on September 28th, 2015. So we looked at the outside or the external anatomy of the worm. Right here the worm is facing us, its back is facing us, and its back is the dorsal surface. Just like your back is your dorsal surface, the dorsal fin on a fish is its dorsal surface, so the back is the dorsal. And it's usually dark. You can see how it's dark in this picture. I want to point out that there's kind of the skinnier little part down here, actually. That is going to be the anus. It's usually the skinnier little part. It's nothing but we'll look at it tomorrow. It's nothing but really intestines in there, digestive tract. And this is going to be the mouth. And that is the mouth of the worm. I'll show you how we can figure that out 100% here in the next slide. So this is the dorsal surface. So we also call the mouth the anterior. So that's going to be the anterior. So face the side towards the mouth is anterior. And then back here is going to be the posterior by the anus. So posterior is down that way. So three anatomical terms here. Dorsal is the back, anterior is going to be towards the mouth, and posterior is towards the anus. Okay, so all I did was flip the worm over onto his back or his dorsal surface. So right now his ventral surface or his belly is showing at us. He's on his back, his belly's facing us, his belly is his ventral surface. So the mouth is still going to be anterior, and towards the anus is going to be posterior still. So a few things I'd like to point out. This is kind of the interesting side of the worm, I think. So all these little kind of little rings around them are going to be segments. So this is a segmented worm. So that's an annelid. This is going to be his mouth right here, where the arrow's going. So that's his mouth. How you can tell. So see this right here, kind of this area, and it's more this spot in particular, is kind of swelled. That's the clitellium. And that is for reproduction, for reproductive purposes for the worm. And as you notice, it is a lot shorter from the clitellum to the mouth than it is from the clitellum to the anus. So this shorter distance is going to be where the mouth is. So mouth is always going to be at the shorter end on these guys. So 100% way, if your worm is mature, of knowing locating the mouth ending, orienting yourself which side is anterior. Couple things that are cool, as you can see in this worm, these two little dots right there, pretty close. I'll circle them too. So those two little dots, those are going to be the male genital pores. Sorry, my writing is really bad. I'm writing with my fingers on an iPad. So the male genital pores. So males have both, or these worms have both male and female parts. So they're hermaphrodites. So the female reproductive part is going to be a little located anterior or towards the mouth of the male genital pores. They're really hard to see in this. I'm not really expecting you to be able to identify those, but you should be able to find the male genital pores, the clitellum, see the segments, know which side is the mouth, which side is the anus. And then one thing, they'll have these little hairs, and if you run your fingers along them, you'll be able to feel these little hairs, and those help them move in the dirt and the soil. They act as like little, I don't know, little appendages for the worm, and these are called setae. So those are pretty important for the worm. So I don't know, this is like a crash course of what we did on September 28th, 2015. For those who missed the class, I'll expect you to do a lab write-up and a drawing of this for full credit to make up for the day. Alright, if there's any questions, see me in class. Thanks.